All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Q&A live stream number 96 with a friend. Say hello.
Hello.
So today is December 31st, 2020, the last day of 2020. I'm
How
not
do we
sure.
check how many people we have?
You check right there. So
Hello, Scotch124.
hi, how are you, Scotch?
No, we do not serve alcohol on this channel.
Okay, wow, I did not know that this works. I'm gonna have to try and do something with trying to get to share tabs and stuff. I'm gonna see, because this is literally my first time using this. I've always been using StreamYard, so but I finally get to use this. I'm actually, it's nice to directly stream from your computer.
All right, guys, this is now my YouTube channel. Hello, welcome. My name is Ricky, and I will be your new host on this YouTube channel. Damn, I wanted to be the new host on the YouTube channel.
Nice try. Hi, Ricky. I'm so happy to see you.
I know, it's been forever. Corona kind of screwed up our streaming schedule.
Yeah, the numbers went up, they peaked, and then they went back down again.
So we haven't been able to stream together.
No.
Hi, friends. Hi, Dylan DeJesus.
Hi, Dylan DeJesus. How are you?
Oh well, we don't talk about religion on this channel.
Yeah, no religion. I'm not a religious freak.
Can I sit there? I'll grab you another chair. This kind of
yeah, that's fine. Hello, B/and C elevators and more. How are you?
Just don't break this one, all right?
Okay, I won't. Well, Happy New Year. Thank you. Yeah, this is a different streaming thing. I'm not used to this yet. Let me see. I wonder how one would share.
Mom, taking your chair out of the makeup room. What chair? This one. Come up.
Okay, sorry guys. I am back. Hi, Joseph. How are you? But yeah. So I'm personally glad that 2020 has finally come to an end. I'm not really sure how we can navigate on this. What was your reaction to the global to the flagship Gertz closing prior to the global pandemic? You know, that was quite depressing. I mean, that building was from 1956, and it stood the test of the time. Hold on one second. So yeah, in regards to that Gertz, that was very devastating that closed. That was the tallest suburban department store in the United States of America. You know, those 1956 Gertz, the 1956 armored traction elevators were technically in 3 different department stores. You had Macy's, you had Stearns, and you had Gertz, Stearns, and then Macy's. So you had a pretty good.
Chris, I need your help with this.
Oh, okay. Hold on, guys. 1 second. Hold on.
There we go. Now I'm back in my position.
Okay.
There you go.
Get over quick. Let's move this. We're gonna just move this up. That way we have more space.
All right. In news of 2020, Adobe Flash Player is going bye-bye.
Yep. So okay. So getting back to Gertz. Yeah, it was pretty sad to see that location close. It's pretty depressing, and the whole area itself is quite depressing that it's in that Macy's, unfortunately. The other problem was it was another market correction thing. What that means is you had Macy's in Garden City, you had Macy's in Walt Whitman, and those stores performed well, and Hicksville was not performing well. The problem was Hicksville was supposed to close in 2019. However, they had to pay off some debt from a renovation on the basement because I think a couple of years ago when a storm hit, the basement in that Macy's flooded. So they had to keep the store opened for a little bit. So that's why they had to pay that off, and then they were able to close the store. Also, too, it was a very oversized building, and I doubt there's going to be a new tenant in there. They might make it a temporary vaccination center, but I do believe that store will probably get knocked down. Considering it is very unattractive for any new tenant to come in, I highly doubt there'll be a new tenant in that building. Yes, Rockaway Town Square does have a Ringworm Flanagan. They didn't cut it in half like a sandwich like they did with Sears at Willowbrook.
Ooh, look, we even have a like counter. Guys, make sure to like, subscribe, and rate the video. Thank you.
What happened? Oh, yeah, Happy New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year's Eve. Didn't Rockaway Town Square.
Yeah, I saw that already.
This year is not a good year for me, because of the virus still going up and up. More cases will keep going up. When did IKEA and Target join Broadway?
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, but the thing is, we've learned more about the pandemic where we're able to quickly get it under control. So that's a good thing. But it is still scary. Yes, I'm not going to be the first, and I'm sure I'm not going to be the last to say that. IKEA joined in 1992, and I believe the Target store opened up in the late 2000s, because that was the former Jcpenney spot. They knocked down the Jcpenney and they put a Target there. You couldn't go to Gimbel's in Harrisburg in the time.
Thank you.
Because New Jersey still has a stay-at-home order. No, New Jersey does not have a stay-at-home order. The only state right now that has a somewhat of a stay-at-home order, and it's more of regional, is California, and that's because of ICU bed capacity. That's about the only state that I could think of right now that has a stay-at-home order. And that's more of a regional approach, meaning it really depends on the hospital capacity. But I do believe that California just closed outdoor dining.
Well, it's very unfortunate that you can't spend time with your grandfather.
Yeah.
It really stinks.
It does, but it's for his own being, at least. But I do go visit my grandmother at a nursing home on Saturday, but I can't go in.
Wait,
okay.
Ooh, question. By the end of 2020, true or false, by the end of 2020 decade, there will be no more department stores across North America, as all shopping malls will be completely gone, including KOP and Mall of America.
You mean
true?
You mean King of Prussia? No,
True.
That's false.
True.
No?
Yes, true, definitely. By the end of, I guarantee you, in 10, 20 years, there will be no more malls. Everything will be online, and drones will deliver it to your house.
You're still going to have need for malls.
There will be no need, because everything can just be remotely delivered to you.
Entertainment venues?
Movies, theaters, and stuff like that. Yeah, but I'm talking like Kmart, Target. They'll just have drones delivering it everywhere.
So
you need toothpaste. You need food. Drone.
First of all, Target stores are attractive. They're appealing to the consumers. Yes, I agree about Kmart. Kmart, that's just a sad story, along with Sears. Sears is another sad story. It amazes me that they were able to make it this long. Like, it literally amazes me that Eddie Lampert was able to keep the company alive. I mean, I thought 2 years ago
he did a good job. He tried.
No, he didn't try. He at first, okay, there was some light that people were going to keep their jobs, but he just kept closing more stores when he acquired the rights of the company.
I mean, he knows he's going to be set for life. He probably has billions, millions set up.
Well, he's worth. Let me tell you guys Eddie Lampert's net worth, because to me it is just sickening of how much money this man has sucked out of Sears. 1.5 billion. 1.5 billion. This is the same man. This is the same man that has closed thousands of stores, has put thousands of people out of work, out of a job, and he's worth 1.5 billion? That's ridiculous. I don't know how are you worth 1.5 billion when you are putting people out of work and out of a job? You know, these are people that need to pay their bills. Some of them, you know, they gotta figure out where their next meal's coming from. And this guy's worth $1.5 billion. That's ridiculous. This man has shown zero leadership for Sears. He has shown zero. He doesn't care about the stores. He just wants to milk on the real estate for as long as he can. And guess what? When Sears is no longer valuable, guess who's going to be on the good side of it? Eddie Lampert. He will be on the good side of it, and everybody else will get screwed except the people on the board of corporate. And you know what? It's not even corporate. It's all Transform Co. properties. They don't even call it. So Sears is a sad situation, unfortunately. It is a sad situation.
They might be able to work it back up. Many businesses have fell and came back.
No, not Sears, Ricky. You can take Pier 1 and you can take Model Sporting Goods and throw them online and call it some sort of comeback. You can't put Sears on the internet. It's just, there has been such bad leadership for the last 7 years that Eddie Lampert has run the company right into the ground. You can't put Sears.com online. You can't.
So, all right, I have a question for you guys. If you were to put Sears under new management, right, and give that person a year, do you think they can do a better job than Eddie Lampert and bring Sears back? That's my question.
So the problem is they had time to evolve. They had time to change. But instead, you had people like Walmart and Target getting those customers, and Sears was losing out. Not only that, they're losing out not only to Walmart and Target, they're losing out to Home Depot and Lowe's. So their shoppers are going to 4 different greater stores that take care of their employees, that give them benefits. I don't even know what kind of benefits you can get at Sears. I don't think you can get health insurance, that's for sure.
How do you know? Do you know that for sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Just want to make sure you're not writing false information.
No, you definitely can't get a good health insurance plan if you work for Sears. Definitely can't. No. Ricky, this is a man who's worth $1.5 billion, and he's milking on the real estate. I don't think he wants to give his workers health insurance. Nor has he ever stepped foot in a store.
Here's the thing. I can't side with the people or Eddie Lampert until I hear both sides of the story. Like, I don't know what Eddie Lampert has attempted to do. I don't know what he's going to do. So until I hear both sides of the story, I can't pick a side.
Read Sears on Wikipedia. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, what are they saying so far?
I'm reading it. 2021. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think so. Same thing with Broadway. What will happen if Macy's at the Mall of Short Hills what will happen if Macy's leaves? That's the other way around, John C. That is definitely the other way around. Macy's will definitely leave Livingston. The problem is you got Macy's Backstage in West Orange. And not only do you have Macy's Backstage in West Orange, but you also have the Macy's store at the Mall at Short Hills. There is no reason for that Macy's in Livingston to be open. Plus, you have the Macy's in Rockaway Town Square. No reason for that Macy's to be open whatsoever. They're better off just cutting the losses and closing that. I mean, look at it this way. Sears left at the height of the pandemic. Lord & Taylor closed two days ago. I mean, what's the point of keeping the Macy's there? You know, the mall inside is pretty much dead. The Model Sporting Goods closed. So why even bother for Macy's to try and, you know, be in that mall? Okay, yes, the Sears is becoming a COVID vaccination center, but that's only going to be for a short amount of time. That plan for that vaccination center. Yes, it's a good thing to get people vaccinated. I agree. We need to get people vaccinated, but it is a short-term plan that is going to flop, unfortunately. It's going to flop once the majority of the American population gets vaccinated, that vaccination center will close. And then it will only be CVS and Walgreens and hospitals administering the COVID vaccines, or even Quest Diagnostics, but that's based in New Jersey. What was the first Jcpenney to close on Long Island and New Jersey? The first Jcpenney to close on Long Island. It was the Westfield Sunrise location. The first one in New Jersey, I'd have to say it's between Phillipsburg Mall or the Burlington Mall. I think that was the first two to close in the state. Nope, just the Pop Rock Sugar, and that's out in California, so that's why they're closing it. Is it urgent to arrest Eddie Lampert for putting billions of employees out of jobs? I think he needs to be served justice, absolutely, but I don't think it's urgent to arrest the man. I mean, he's worth $1.5 billion. You can't arrest somebody who's worth a lot of money, especially with the powers and political connections.
I mean, there's been people that had a lot of money that's been arrested before.
Yeah, but Eddie Lampert knows how. He's a snake oil businessman. That's the problem. That's why he won't get arrested.
Is anybody saying anything about what I said?
He'll keep getting away with it until he can't close any more stores. What is the final day? Wait, sorry. What is the final day for Sears? Oh, okay. What is the day that Sears is closing in White Plains? Sunday, January 24th, 2020. Lord & Taylor and King of Prussia is going out of business. Yep, it is. I got a question for Ricky. Would you go to Roosevelt Field?
Don't know where that is.
And that's on Long Island.
No.
Yeah, it's unlikely for him. Where will Barnes & Noble relocate when the Livingston Mall closes? It's not closing yet, but I could see them going in like Morristown. You know what would be really cool? If Barnes & Noble, and hear me out on this, if Barnes & Noble went into the old Century 21 in Morristown and they made a great location out of it. The only problem is...
And if they made a fuck ton of money, you know how amazing that would be for them?
Well, it's not even making the amount of money. It's that I don't really know if a bookstore wants to be that big.
Chris, I have a question. Can you get demonetized if I curse? Not curse.
Anyways, so Lord & Taylor. Oh, okay. The Cortana Mall in Baton Rouge, Louisiana closed. Prior to that, the mall walking was banned. I don't know why mall walking would be banned. Was that pre-COVID or post-COVID? Not sure about that one.
Yeet.
Have you ever been to Smithhaven? No. And I really wanted to go in March, but guess what? New York City became ground zero, and my opportunity to say, my opportunity to see Sears at Smithhaven was scrapped.
That went out the window.
Yeah, that went out the window.
So now it's closed, right?
Yeah, it closed at the height of COVID. Yep. Wasn't able to see it because New York City was ground zero. So, and the only way to get to Long Island via train is through New York City.
Or the ferry.
No, you can't you can't take the ferry. Yeah, you have to take the Long Island Railroad. You have to go through Penn Station. I've done it a couple times. It's painful. I think I've done it twice at least. I did it once from my college, and then I did it once from here. Has Eddie Lampert thrown the meteor at the final Sears and Roebuck store in New Jersey? Not yet. So far, the only ones that is closing in my area is in White Plains, which I'm debating on going to, but I don't know yet. I gotta see. But Newport, it's going to happen after the holidays, but I can't say anything until they make that announcement or there's a posting on jobs.sears.com regarding that closure. So I cannot give away details on that, unfortunately.
Why not? I want to hear some details.
Give me 1 second, guys.
You can unmute it. I got my
Yep.
answer.
Speaking of the ferry, normally when you park your car, no, I don't usually use the ferry. My mom usually goes to New Jersey every other weekend, and she has to go through Penn Station. They did open up that new train hall, but New Jersey Transit doesn't. What's it called? They're not in the Mohegan Train Hall. They just did a new train hall there. Worst time though to open up any transit related project, especially with commuters staying home. That should have been delayed. I don't know why it wasn't. How would you feel if Macy's left the Christiana Mall in Newark, Delaware? That would be the first department. That would be one of the department stores we're going to lose. I don't think Macy's would leave Christiana Mall. The thing is, that is the top performing mall and probably the number one mall in the state of Delaware. It is very unlikely that Macy's will leave the Christiana Mall. And considering it's in the Delaware Valley, which is right outside Philadelphia, I don't think that Macy's is going anywhere yet.
But hear that, yet. So it could be going somewhere in a month or two, so.
No, it won't. There is a mall in Holbrook, New York called the Sunbelt Mall, killed by Westfield South Shore. The mall is a mini mall with a closed AC Moore, Toys R Us, Pathmark, Sears Portrait Studio. I don't even know about that. Do you think Macy's will leave Ross Park Mall? Unlikely. The thing is, Macy's has two different types of stores. They have growth stores and they have neighborhood stores. Neighborhood stores are stores that are more likely to close as they are more community-oriented Macy's stores than, say, something that's a growth store where they renovate the stores. They modernize the elevator like they modernized Short Hill, so it's definitely staying around. They modernized the Macy's elevator at Willowbrook. It's definitely staying around. They have not yet touched Westfield Garden State Plaza, but I'm sure they're going to be touching that sooner than later. Bloomingdale's Riverside, that's a Bloomingdale's growth store.
It's a growth store.
Growth store meaning it's a profitable store and it does enough numbers where they're able to keep the building open. And it makes sense and they're making a profit by having that location open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like a smaller version of Westfield Garden State Plaza. Both malls are owned by Westfield, and so they have similar elements if you look close enough.
I have a question. Is there anything, closing?
Not at the moment. Not any major closing announcements, although the Jcpenney CEO is stepping down, which is a shame. No, but I don't think, no. Ross Park Mall, that's the highest grossing mall in Pittsburgh, and I bet that's a growth store too.
Okay.
Do you think Freehold Raceway Mall will be demolished anytime soon? There are only 2 anchors left after Lord & Taylor closes next month. No, not yet. Not yet. But Make Eric really needs to get their act together and get a tenant in there quick, or they're going to be screwed if Jcpenney decides to pull out of there.
Giggity. Sorry.
That's okay. You know what? They have said aside from colleges, which is just not a good thing right now, they have said schools are the lowest place of transmission between student and teacher. Honestly, and this doesn't go for high school and this doesn't go for college, but younger kids in elementary school, preschool, whatever, as long as the kids and the teachers are wearing the face covering, they're social distancing the desks, you can make it work. But you got to be very, very, very careful. You have to make sure that you're always testing people. You're always taking their temperature the second before they get inside the building to make sure that no one has a high fever or they test positive. So if you can do schools in the safest way possible, I don't see why schools would be a high-risk thing. High school and college, yes, but lower school, no. There are currently no Bloomingdale's stores in Maryland. The only 2 locations in D.C. are Wisconsin Place and Tyson's Corner Center. Well, let's see. Wisconsin, no. There's a Bloomingdale's in Chevy Chase, Maryland. There is a Bloomingdale's in Chevy Chase, Maryland. That's why they closed White Flint. Yeah, there's a Bloomingdale's in Maryland. It's in Chevy Chase, Maryland. The shops at Wisconsin Place, that's in Chevy Chase, Maryland. That is not in Washington, D.C. Will there be any new developments at Roosevelt Field, Walt Whitman Shops, and Smithhaven in the future? Post-COVID, definitely post-COVID. The only thing that Roosevelt Field that needs to fill right now is that where Century 21 was supposed to be. Walt Whitman Shops is going to have to come up with, or Simon rather, is going to have to come up with some kind of ambitious plan for that former Lord & Taylor store because it did close 2 days ago. And Smithhaven Mall, they have 2 spots to work with. Round 1, I hear, is a possible tenant. Oh, I see.
What's going on?
And plus, there are 5 people that got COVID at SA Life Academy, and they ended up shut down. Okay, then I'm sure they're going to go back in 2 weeks. Well, they're definitely going to sanitize it. You are going to have little outbreaks, yes, but you're going to be able to. They're going to be able to clean that up quick. So I wouldn't even worry about that. But I know that I'm remote learning for spring. Fall 2021, not sure yet. But right now I want to get through spring. Not sure yet what other places I'm going to go to in 2021. It really depends on what else is closing. I'm 50-50 at Sears at White Plains. If Macy's pulls the plug, then I will. Are there going to be tons of waves of the global pandemic? It seems like the planet Earth is going to be destroyed and completely dead by the end of the decade. No.
Who said that?
That's a little too much.
That's a little dark, if you ask me. I mean,
no. Listen. The vaccine's coming. Everybody will get vaccinated, and hopefully by the summer we can move on from this godforsaken pandemic. That's the end of the story. The one that's in a really tough spot is Smithhaven because Smithhaven has 2 big spots to fill. They have to fill the Jcpenney and they have to fill that big Sears. Whitman, they just have to figure out what they're going to do with the Lord & Taylor. And Roosevelt Field, I'm not sure yet what they're going to do. When will you and Ricky get your vaccines taken care of? Me? So the thing is, it's a phase thing. I am getting my vaccine, I would say, towards the end of March, early April. I want people that actually need the vaccine to get it first. Obviously, healthcare workers, frontline workers, and people in the nursing homes, they should absolutely get priority over me. That I will agree on. But eventually, I'm going to get the vaccine probably between March and May. Hopefully by April, because if I get it by April, I'll be in pretty good shape. Will I have to keep wearing my face covering? Of course. That's not going away until at least about 90% of the world is vaccinated.
The rest there's going to be people that don't want to get vaccinated, right?
They're going to do a whole campaign to get vaccinated.
No, I'm just saying. There's going to be that group that's against the vaccination.
Oh, well, that's with any type of vaccination. But listen, at the end of the day, and I don't mean to get political here. I don't care what your political differences are. Getting the vaccine is the most American and patriotic thing to do. And I'm not siding with one side or the other, but getting the vaccine, I don't care what party you're affiliated with, or if you're an unaffiliated person, getting the vaccine is the most American and patriotic thing to do because it will end this pandemic and we won't have more store closures. That's important because the less store closures we have, the more jobs we'll have for these people. And they don't have to worry about unemployment. They don't have to worry about calling the state for unemployment money. How is Saks Fifth Avenue doing? I hope it doesn't close any more stores like it did at the mall at Short Hills. I don't really know. I know Hudson Bay is struggling right now, and that's not a good thing for Saks. And we won't have to wear a mask and 6 feet apart anymore. It's going to be a little while till we see some normality, but it's coming.
I don't think it's coming. I think we're going to be like this for a while.
No, I agree, but it's gonna come quick. It's gonna come quick. Well, I'm not surprised.
What?
And the number of panhandlers will go down too, hopefully.
What's a panhandler?
Saks closing will kill Walt Whitman. Saks is not closing at Walt Whitman. I don't think. We got to see what's going to happen with Hudson Bay next year. I don't think Saks is going to close Whitman unless Hudson Bay is really on their knees and they have to close that store.
Giggity.
Because that would suck for Whitman. That would really suck for Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman right now cannot afford to lose another anchor.
Giggity.
Primark will be a great place on Long Island. Guess what? They're about to lose $220 million because of new lockdown restrictions in the United Kingdom. So I don't think they're going to make a comeback yet. It could be on hold because of the new restrictions. Primark will be a great place on Long Island. They did, 2016 in favor of American Dream. If that Saks ever opens, that is like I still don't get the why they. No, we're not going to have another lockdown. There's lockdowns in the United Kingdom, not the United States. No.
If there ever is another lockdown,
there won't.
Chris will freak out because he hates being locked down.
No, there will not be. There will not be another lockdown.
Can you really show that?
Yes.
Have you heard rumors of a new strain that's coming around? One that infects people faster?
I've heard about it, but I think that they'll contain it. So I think we'll be okay. We just have to just be smart. That's all. King of Prussia's far. That's like Philadelphia. That's a far drive. Plus, I'm only going to see what Macy's, Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom, Neiman Marcus. I don't know. Kind of boring.
Damn, Chris.
Not like fun. I don't know. It's far. It's just far, and there's really no easy way with public transit to get there. It depends. Yeah, I'm getting the vaccine too between March and May. What else? Saks closed the store. Yeah, I still don't know why they closed that store at Short Hills. I think that was the dumbest decision Hudson Bay ever made. Listen, I get them closing Hackensack. That was a dump. That Saks was a DMP. That was a dump. I get why they wanted to close that store. But closing Short Hills, and that is one of the most profitable malls in New Jersey, number 2 after Westfield Garden State Plaza. You don't close that store just because you want to store an American Dream. And you know what? That store had class, okay? That store had class. It was nice, a nice atrium, and then they favor American Dream. I mean, W2F, Hudson Bay. Why? Why do you want to ruin a good store just so you could be an American Dream? And you know American Dream was delayed, but Hudson Bay was more than eager to leave that mall. Terrible. That is why I hate Hudson Bay. And look at what they did to Lord & Taylor. Look at what they did to Lord & Taylor. They closed stores. They put people out of work. They don't care. All they care about is where their next paycheck comes from and how many more people they can screw. It's terrible. What else we got here? Yep. Oh yeah, and the Burlington 63 that was in downtown Westfield. I mean, come on now. I believe that the Phillipsburg Mall will be a strip mall that is going to use that is going to be a big giant strip mall that is going to use the existing structure of Kohl's. So you'll have store after store after store after store. You could see a Marshall's go there. You could see a Burlington go there. You could see a potential, maybe a Target. I mean, it may be a distribution center. That could be it too.
You don't got COVID, do you, buddy?
No, I don't got COVID. Yeah, so the upscale section isn't even ready. See, Saks could have kept the store there, but no. Hudson Bay wanted to get out of there so badly. I don't know what their rush was to close that store, although they were more than eager to close Lord & Taylor. I mean, you go on Hudson Bay layoffs, and these layoffs happened a month before COVID hit. I mean, I'm not one to make this crap up. I don't make crap up on here. I don't come on here and make up crap. Back in okay, so let's go to February 13th. This is on the layoff site. I don't think I can share my screen here, unfortunately. No, New Jersey has no Saks open. Yeah, no, we're just waiting on American Dream.
American Dream. Woo.
Trying to go here. Yeah, this you can't really share screen, which kind of stinks.
It's not that big of a deal. Alright, let's...
Hold on. I'm going to put my mic on mute for a second. So with the 1969 Dover in Stamford, they just modded the inside of the cab. They kept the motor. But yeah, that mod was terrible. I still can't believe they did that nonsense. So there really is no way to share with this, unfortunately, and I'd rather not switch right now. I don't get COVID either. I was taking precautions when filming, like wearing a mask and using hand sanitizer. Okay, then that's good. With the new facility, which will be part of Rutgers University. Yeah, more vaccines are coming out each day. Rutgers University will probably buy that Sears. That's probably very likely in New Brunswick. Considering it's pretty close to the campus, I could see Rutgers University snatching that up. Probably for a sweetheart deal too. But anyways, getting back to Lord & Taylor. So Ridgewood Massacre. This happened at the Ridgewood store. This is the second Lord & Taylor in Bergen County. Paramus, New Jersey is home right now to 2 liquidating Lord & Taylors. Okay, getting back to what I was saying in what's it called regarding Lord & Taylor. So yeah, the Ridgewood location, which is really Paramus. So Lord & Taylor did have 2 locations in Bergen County that are both liquidating. The Ridgewood Paramus store opened up in 1967. and the Lord and Taylor at Westfield Garden State Plaza opened up in 1996. So Ridgewood Massacre, I'll read this to you guys. I cannot share my screen. Pittsburgh lost 2 Jcpenney stores this year, the Tantrum Gallery at Pittsburgh and Clearview Mall. Wow. Okay, yeah. Why did you get rid of the option to share a screen in live streaming? I'm using YouTube. I'm not using StreamYard. I'm probably going to go back to StreamYard for the next live stream. I didn't realize. Actually, guys, we'll actually switch. If you guys want, I can switch over to StreamYard.
Now, why don't you just do that, Chris? I feel like it would be a lot easier.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do that.
Yeah, I knew you just lay down.
Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to answer the last of the questions. What was IKEA and Target before going to Broadway? That was nothing. Yeah, bye-bye Lord and Taylor, Livingston, and Rockaway. When we get harassed for filming, should we blame 9/11 for that? I mean, look, the property owners are told what to do and how to do it, so I can't really blame them for that. But all right, so guys, what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to go ahead and switch on over because StreamYard is just much easier to use, and I can share my screens. So anyways, we're switching over now to StreamYard.